You may be wondering why, on a Friday morning at 10 a.m., I'm not in school. Moreover, you may also be wondering why, on a Friday morning at 10 a.m., I'm in London. Both questions are legitimate questions, however, I'm afraid to admit that I have no answer. All I know is that I'm here and that therefore, I should talk about my being here. So because this was such a small amount of time for such a big city, I decided not to structure this video in days, as I usually do, but rather as a list of peculiarities that I noticed throughout the weekend. That being said, one of the first things I observed was the somewhat unusual gastronomy.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Whoa!
This is sick. Oh, mais dedans, il va...
Oui, mais moi c'est ça. This is an example of British gastronomy. So something really typically English, finger sandwiches. And look at that. This is a true example of British gastronomy. You have to be English to eat that. But to be really honest, I ate mine already and it was delicious.
My next remark is that, as opposed to what their respective names would suggest to an uncultured brain like mine, the London Bridge really is a lot less majestic than the Tower Bridge. The London Bridge.
Non, c'est Tower Bridge.
The Tower Bridge. The buses make a bridge shape when they come along. So we're on the Tower Bridge, and this ugly bridge over there is the London Bridge. I also find it quite ironic that the British Museum really is everything but British.
Hi there. Yo girl. Shut up. Shut it, please.
Go on. How do you feel about your apartment?
I like it. It's nice. Well, it was kind of empty at the beginning. Now it's mine. Like I made it mine. I added some stuff I like. So a huge banana. Got a huge nice bed. I added some girls.
Do you feel at home?
Oh yeah, I feel at home. At home, see.
As you may have understood, my brother studies in London, and this brings me to an anecdote surrounding his naivety as a new, independent human being. Can you tell us what stupid thing you did on your first day in London?
I went here thinking it was cheap, and in the end it was very expensive, and I spent €100, £100 my first day here.
But let us move back on to the city of London itself with Buckingham Palace. Yeah, there's nothing more to it. So in England, the road circulation is the other way around. So it's a bit strange to us because the zebra, before you get to a zebra crossing, they always say like look left or look right. We're French, right? And we're always confused because the car always comes on the other way. So. Speaking of transports, British transports are a lot more sophisticated than French transports.
We are in the underground. In London, the subway lines have a name. I went to Lyon and subway lines are A, B, C, D. I went to Paris, subway lines are 1, 2, 3, 4. And I went to London and subway lines are Jubilee, Piccadilly, Central, Victoria. they have real names.
Interesting. So we were walking by the River Thames when we came across this wall covered in hearts. And we found out it was the National COVID Memorial Wall. It's to remember the people who died of COVID. So on each heart you have the name of somebody who died from COVID. We are on the plane, we're going back home, and I think this is the perfect moment for my final observation, which is that London reminded me in many ways of Hong Kong, the city in which I was born. Because of this, our weekend here was particularly interesting for me, and our history expert will explain why.
Well, the Englishmen, they went to Hong Kong and they overtook Hong Kong as an island for their trading necessities. They developed the island of Hong Kong and the city of Hong Kong the same way they did in England, well, in London. So you have very similar things such as street names, shops, markets, trains, public transportation in general. So it's very similar in terms of vibes, reminiscence of Hong Kong. Voilà.
Fun.
Oh, nice. Le mec nous a craché dessus.